Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Y&R Spoilers Weekly Update September 22nd to 26th, Jack's Trick, Claire's Invite, Lauren's Fury. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of September 22nd, 2025. Fans can expect Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, to have a trick up his sleeve. Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Claire Grace Newman, Hayley Erin, gets an intriguing invitation. Plus, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy E. Bregman, stands her ground with Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Claire Grace Newman's invite. Let's start off with Claire, who receives an intriguing invitation. This will come from Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. In the weekly preview clip, Holden tells Claire if she's looking for distance, then maybe she could come to Los Angeles with him. The blonde seems intrigued, but it could also lead to some danger. At one time, Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, mentioned that Holden loved to take risks, and it scared her. The brunette never went into detail, but I wonder if Claire could end up in the same boat. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Claire Grace Newman's invite. The Young and the Restless continues to deliver surprising twists, and one of the most intriguing storylines centers on Claire Grace Newman. As she finds herself increasingly woven into the fabric of Genoa City's most powerful family, a single decision could set the stage for alliances, rivalries, and a power shift unlike anything the Newmans have faced in years. Claire's recent invitation, an olive branch or a dangerous bait, has become the topic of speculation among fans who wonder whether her future lies in redemption, betrayal, or both. Claire has already gone through one of the most dramatic character introductions in recent memory. Originally tied to a dark past orchestrated by her manipulative Aunt Jordan, Claire has since been working hard to forge a new identity for herself. She's been embraced by Victoria Newman and has begun adjusting to her new role as part of the Newman legacy. But Genoa City is not a place where second chances are freely given without suspicion. Every move Claire makes is watched carefully by Victor, Nikki, Nick, and the rest of the clan. So when news spread that Claire was sending out a formal invite, whether to a gathering, a family dinner, or an intimate Newman event, alarm bells started ringing. What exactly is Claire planning? On the surface, Claire's invitation could symbolize peace. She may be trying to build a bridge with members of the family still reluctant to trust her. This could mean extending an olive branch to Adam, who has never fully felt accepted within the Newman dynasty himself. In some ways, Adam and Claire share a common struggle, being outsiders in a family that prides itself on loyalty yet often weaponizes mistrust. Could Claire be positioning herself as Adam's ally, or will her invite put her squarely in the middle of another classic Newman family feud? Victor Newman's reaction to Claire's invite will be one to watch. The mustache has seen countless schemes play out, both inside his family and from the outside world. He knows redemption stories can mask ulterior motives. Will Victor see Claire's move as genuine, or will he suspect she's being influenced by someone lurking in the shadows? Jordan may be behind bars, but her reach could extend far beyond prison walls. If Victor senses that Claire's invite is part of a hidden agenda, he may act swiftly to neutralize what he perceives as a threat. Nikki Newman's position adds another layer of complexity. Nikki has been through her own share of traumas recently, and she has a protective streak when it comes to her family. At the same time, she has been one of the more compassionate voices in giving Claire a chance. If Claire's invite is seen as sincere, Nikki may be the one to convince Victor to lower his guard. But if anything about it raises suspicion, Nikki could just as easily shut it down, leaving Claire to feel once again like an outsider. Meanwhile, Nick Newman's protective instincts could come into play. Nick has always been quick to defend his family, and after witnessing Claire's troubled history, he might not be quick to accept any sudden gestures of unity. His skepticism could put him at odds with Victoria, who has shown surprising support for her daughter. Victoria may interpret Claire's invite as a sign of growth and maturity, a way of showing she truly wants to be part of the Newman legacy. But if Nick pushes back, another sibling war could be brewing, one that Claire never intended to ignite. Romantic speculation also surrounds Claire's storyline. Fans are buzzing about whether her invitation might involve a social gathering where sparks could fly with someone unexpected. Could Claire's path intersect with Kyle Abbott, who has been restless in both business and personal matters? A Newman-Abbott link always generates high drama, and if Claire and Kyle find common ground, Genoa City could see one of its most controversial pairings yet. Alternatively, Claire may gravitate toward Noah Newman or another young character, creating new triangles that tie into legacy families. If the invite leads to a romantic subplot, the ripple effects will be explosive. On the business front, there's also the possibility that Claire's invitation is linked to Newman Enterprises. If Victoria envisions her daughter playing a larger role within the company, this could be Claire's first public step into that high-powered world. Hosting a meeting, dinner, or launch party could be Victoria's way of signaling to rivals and allies alike that Claire belongs in the Newman orbit, not as a liability, but as an asset. Of course, the corporate battlefield is dangerous, and introducing Claire too soon could expose her to manipulation from competitors like Jack Abbott or Tucker McCall. Tucker, in particular, has a knack for sniffing out vulnerabilities. If he sees Claire as a way to rattle the Newmans, he won't hesitate to exploit her. The symbolism of the invite goes deeper than just family dinners or business functions. It represents whether Claire will finally be accepted as one of them, or remain forever on the outside. For viewers, this storyline is compelling because it mirrors real-life themes of forgiveness, redemption, and the question of whether people can truly change. Claire's journey has echoes of Sharon Newman's path decades ago, when Sharon struggled to fit into the Newman world while carrying a complicated past. Fans know that Sharon eventually became an integral part of Genoa City, but not without years of trials and heartbreak. Will Claire's arc follow a similar trajectory, or is she destined for a darker fate? Another layer of suspense comes from the reactions outside the Newman circle. How will Summer Newman react to Claire's growing presence? Summer has been fiercely protective of her family and her own space in Genoa City society. If she feels Claire's invite is a calculated move to gain approval at her expense, she might push back hard. Likewise, Phyllis Summers is unlikely to trust Claire easily. Phyllis thrives on suspicion and may view Claire's move as nothing more than manipulation. If Phyllis starts digging into Claire's motives, secrets from her past may resurface, throwing her progress into. The invitation also serves as a litmus test for the audience. The writers of The Young and the Restless know that fans are divided on Claire. Some want to see her redeemed, embraced by the Newmans, and given a chance at happiness. Others believe her history is too dark, that she should face lasting consequences for her actions. By centering the storyline around an invite, the show cleverly engages viewers in the debate: should Claire be forgiven, or should she be forever marked by her past? As the weeks unfold, the fallout from Claire Grace Newman's invitation will undoubtedly reshape the dynamics of the Newman family. Whether it leads to reconciliation, betrayal, romance, or a full-blown scandal, one thing is certain: this storyline is not just about a simple invite. It's about trust, legacy, and the ever-shifting power struggles that define Genoa City. The boldness of Claire's gesture suggests she is ready to step fully into her new identity, regardless of the risks. But in a town like Genoa City, where alliances shift daily and the past is never truly buried, Claire must tread carefully. One wrong step could undo everything she's worked so hard to build. Fans will be watching closely, knowing that the simplest of gestures, an invitation, could lead to the most dramatic of consequences. Audra Charles and Sally Spectra plot. Speaking of Audra, she will get updated by Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope. The redhead tells her friend that Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, destroyed the company before it even launched. What is this? However, Audra is no stranger to hostile takeovers or devious scheming. So, they will put their heads together and figure out their next move. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Audra Charles and Sally Spectra plot. The Young and the Restless has always thrived on the combustible chemistry of its most ambitious characters, and few duos could light a bigger fire under Genoa City than Audra Charles and Sally Spectra. Both women are powerhouses in their own right, smart, daring, and not afraid to bend the rules if it means climbing to the top. But when two strong-willed strategists find themselves in each other's orbit, questions immediately arise. Will they become allies or enemies? And if they decide to join forces, what kind of plot could they unleash that might change the balance of power in Genoa City forever? Audra Charles has proven herself to be one of the most cunning players in town since her arrival. She's worked her way into Newman Enterprises, entangled herself with Tucker McCall, and skillfully maneuvered through both personal and professional minefields. Her survival instincts are razor-sharp, and she's managed to outsmart rivals who underestimated her. But her greatest strength is also her greatest vulnerability. She's relentless, and that drive can sometimes put her at odds with people who would rather see her fail. Sally Spectra, meanwhile, has had one of the most fascinating character evolutions in recent years. Once seen as an outsider from Los Angeles trying to build her fashion empire, she's embedded herself into Genoa City's elite through sheer willpower and creativity. Her relationships with Adam Newman and Nick Newman have kept her firmly in the orbit of the Newman family, while her career ambitions have shifted her into high-stakes business territory. Sally is fiery, resourceful, and fearless, but she's also been burned before. She knows how quickly a dream can collapse, and she's determined not to let history repeat itself. So what happens when Audra and Sally find common ground? Both women are driven by ambition, haunted by insecurities, and constantly underestimated by those who think of them as temporary players in a game dominated by long-standing powerhouses like Victor, Jack, and Nikki. Pairing them together, whether as allies in business or conspirators in something far riskier, has the potential to shake Genoa City to its core. Imagine Audra approaching Sally with an offer, a chance to combine their talents to seize influence neither could achieve alone. For Audra, this could mean strengthening her hold within Newman Enterprises while simultaneously undermining rivals like Victoria or Adam. For Sally, this might present an opportunity to re-establish her creative empire while securing financial backing and protection from Audra's corporate reach. Together, they could build a new kind of empire, one that isn't reliant on the men in their lives but instead thrives on their own vision and determination. But trust is a tricky thing. Sally has been betrayed more times than she can count, and Audra has a reputation for playing people like chess pieces. Could Sally truly believe that Audra wouldn't eventually stab her in the back? On the flip side, could Audra risk tying herself to someone as unpredictable as Sally, who wears her heart on her sleeve and could sabotage their scheme with one impulsive move? This is where the tension lies. If they do plot together, their alliance would be built on shaky ground, creating the perfect conditions for explosive drama. Their plot could unfold across multiple arenas in Genoa City. In business, they could take aim at Newman Media or Chancellor Winters, inserting themselves into battles over control and direction. Sally's creative background and flair for branding could mesh with Audra's corporate cunning to create a formidable power play. Meanwhile, their personal lives could provide leverage and complications. Sally's connections to both Nick and Adam put her at the center of the Newman family's never-ending power struggle, while Audra's ties to Tucker and Kyle Abbott give her influence in rival camps. By aligning, they could play both sides against the middle, forcing Genoa City's elite to pay attention. There's also the question of romance intersecting with strategy. If Sally continues to waver between Adam and Nick, her entanglement could either strengthen or weaken any partnership with Audra. Adam might see Audra and Sally's collaboration as a threat and attempt to undermine it. Nick, ever the protector, could try to warn Sally against trusting someone like Audra. Meanwhile, Kyle's complicated relationship with Audra could blow up spectacularly if he perceives Sally as a threat to his own ambitions. The ripple effect would extend far beyond a simple alliance. Fans are also speculating about the darker possibilities. Could Audra and Sally's plot veer into morally gray or even criminal territory? Genoa City has a long history of women teaming up for schemes that blur ethical lines. Think of Phyllis Summers and her many alliances over the years. Could Audra convince Sally to use her insider knowledge of the Newman family to gain leverage? Could Sally help Audra in her efforts to outmaneuver Tucker, perhaps even setting him up for a fall that clears the path for them both? The possibilities are endless, and none of them come without high stakes. What makes this potential partnership so captivating is that both Audra and Sally are characters viewers love to root for and against at the same time. They're flawed, ambitious, and unafraid of making enemies. If the writers choose to pair them up in a big plot, it could redefine their places in Genoa City. They could evolve from supporting players into the kind of power brokers who control the narrative, forcing even Victor Newman to take notice. And of course, every alliance in Genoa City eventually fractures. Even if Audra and Sally successfully launch a plot, it's only a matter of time before their differences drive them apart. When that happens, the fallout will be catastrophic. Betrayal between two schemers as sharp as Audra and Sally would guarantee fireworks that ripple through every corner of the city. For now, fans are left speculating, is this a fleeting connection or the beginning of a game-changing partnership? With Audra Charles and Sally Spectra, nothing is ever straightforward. Whether they're plotting, scheming, or simply surviving, one thing is certain, they are two of the most exciting wild cards in the young and the restless right now. Their next move could either make them queens of the Genoa City chessboard or leave them both vulnerable to the power players circling around them. Tessa Porter's next move. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of September 22 reveal that Daniel Romalotti, Jr., Michael Graziadei, will update Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks. However, the singer has no intention of just letting Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, go. Tessa decides that she's going to go see Mariah. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Tessa Porter's next move. The Young and the Restless has never been short on characters torn between love, ambition, and the complexities of identity, and Tessa Porter stands as one of the most dynamic figures in Genoa City today. Introduced as a free-spirited musician with a mysterious past, Tessa has weathered storms of personal reinvention, scandal, and heartbreak. She's now at a crossroads where her next move could redefine her trajectory not only as an artist but as a partner, a parent, and a central figure in Genoa City's ever-changing landscape. Fans are abuzz, wondering, what will Tessa do next, and how will her choices impact those around her? Tessa's storyline has already gone through incredible arcs of reinvention. She first arrived with Secrets, carrying the kind of edge that kept viewers guessing about whether she was friend or foe. Over time, she revealed layers of vulnerability and ambition, carving out her identity through her music and her evolving relationships. The turning point came when she and Mariah Copeland fell in love, creating one of the soap's most groundbreaking relationships. Their journey as Taraya captured the hearts of fans, offering representation and depth while navigating all the challenges that come with balancing love and personal growth. Now, with motherhood on her horizon alongside Mariah, Tessa finds herself shifting between roles, artist, partner, and now caretaker. These transitions present both opportunity and challenge. Her music career, once central to her storyline, risks being overshadowed by the demands of family life. Yet her artistry has always been her outlet, the way she processes the world. Could Tessa's next move be about reigniting her career in a bold, new direction, one that reflects her growth as a woman and as a mother? Or will her focus on family bring unexpected struggles that test the foundation of her relationship with Mariah? Fans can't ignore the underlying tension in Tessa's world. Her career as a musician was once marked by ambition and the allure of the spotlight. But Genoa City is a place where ambition often leads to betrayal, temptation, and rivalries. If Tessa throws herself back into her career, could she cross paths with someone who tries to exploit her talent for their own gain? Perhaps a record label executive, or even a returning face from her past, could test her loyalty to Mariah and put strain on her family. On the flip side, if Tessa decides to prioritize her personal life, challenges will still follow. Raising a child with Mariah may bring joy, but it will also highlight differences in their personalities and approaches. Mariah, fiercely loyal and practical, may clash with Tessa's more free-spirited and impulsive nature. Parenthood could either strengthen their bond or expose cracks that were previously hidden beneath the surface. Soap history suggests that no couple is safe from drama, and Taraya may soon face a trial that shakes their foundation. Then there's the question of Mariah's Newman ties. The Newman family rarely lets anyone escape their orbit unscathed, and Tessa's next move may be shaped by conflicts outside her control. If Victor or other Newmans get involved in Mariah's future, will Tessa feel overshadowed or undermined? This could pull her into rivalries she never wanted, but which may prove unavoidable now that she's part of a Newman-adjacent family. Creative speculation suggests that Tessa could also become entangled in business drama. Genoa City thrives on corporate warfare, and her connections to powerful families could inadvertently pull her into those battles. Perhaps Devon and Chancellor Winters could offer Tessa opportunities to merge her music with their media empire, sparking professional conflict. Or maybe someone like Audra Charles could see Tessa as an asset worth exploiting, drawing her into schemes she'd rather avoid. Another possibility lies in romance, or the threat of it. While Taraya has been a powerful love story, soaps thrive on complications. Could Tessa's next move lead her into temptation? Perhaps an admirer from the music world will test her loyalty, or Mariah may find herself facing doubts about whether she and Tessa are still on the same page. A romantic triangle involving Taraya could be one of the most dramatic arcs Y&R has tackled in years, and it would certainly divide the fan base. Of course, Tessa's character has always been tied to themes of resilience and transformation. No matter how dark things have gotten, she has found ways to reinvent herself. Her next move may involve reclaiming her independence and proving she can balance love, motherhood, and music without losing herself. This kind of arc could resonate with viewers who see Tessa as more than just one half of a couple but as a woman defining her own path. The ripple effects of Tessa's choices won't just impact her and Mariah. Her sister, Crystal, could return to Genoa City, bringing with her unresolved storylines that complicate Tessa's world further. A family reunion could be heartwarming but also open old wounds, forcing Tessa to confront parts of her past she thought were behind her. At the same time, her interactions with Sharon, Mariah's mother, could add layers of generational tension as Sharon seeks to protect her daughter while respecting Tessa's role as partner and parent. Ultimately, Tessa Porter's next move feels like it could redefine not only her character but the direction of several storylines in Genoa City. Whether she pursues her music with renewed passion, focuses on family life, or finds herself pulled into unexpected rivalries, she remains one of the most intriguing characters to watch. Her evolution from outsider to central figure is a testament to how far she's come, and fans know that the writers have only scratched the surface of her potential. What makes Tessa's journey so compelling is the duality of her character, dreamer and realist, lover and fighter, artist and parent. Every move she makes carries weight because it impacts not only her future but the people she loves most. As she stands at this crossroads, one thing is clear: Tessa Porter's next move won't just change her life, it could alter the fabric of Genoa City itself. Week of September 22, 2025. Fans can also expect Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinle, to give Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, unsolicited advice. Later, Audra pushes Kyle's buttons. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, makes Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, an offer he can't refuse. Meanwhile, Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, rein in Billy. It is also stated that Jack has a trick up his sleeve. Kane reconnects with Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland. The woman will give a little history lesson and it's kind of fascinating. By the end of the week, Kane ends an alliance. Billy will also force Sally to make a tough decision. What is this? Lauren stands her ground with Michael. So, it sounds like she finds out the truth about all those text messages. Plus, Victor considers a truce with Jack. Elsewhere, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, get surprising news. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most during the week of September 22, 2025? Share your thoughts in the comments section below.